Hi students, in this class we will discuss the MCQ related to the transport in plant. About the chapter we will practice some MCQ questions. First thing here, if you see, what is the chief role of transpiration in plants? What is the chief role of the transpiration? Transpiration will doing many roles. It will create a negative suction. This negative suction sometimes we will call as a transpiration pull. This is also one thing, and also it will create, this is the one of the thing. Another aspect what transpiration is doing is it will cool the plant. It will decrease the temperature of the leaf surface. It will decrease the temperature of the leaf surface. That is the major aspect actually. This is the one of the major aspect is it will create a negative section. Another aspect of the transpiration, what benefit it is doing to the plant, it is cooling the leaf surface. That is the another advantage of the transpiration to the plant. But transpiration, you know, that is a evil, because it is unnecessary thing. In some aspect it is doing good things, and also it is doing some harmful things. It will cause the loss of water, and good thing, it will cool the leaf surface and it will create the negative pressure. Plus, under negatives, if you ask the transpiration, it will create the pull. Okay, that is a suction. It will create a suction, or it will create a transpiration pull. And another thing is it will cool the plant surface. That is another thing, plant leaf. Then what about this negative aspect? It leads to the loss of water. This the for the transpiration, but it transpiration is not the loss of surplus water. Not every time, whether water is surplus or water is deficient, every time transpiration is happening, and it is not responsible for rapid ascent. It's not, it's normal ascent of water, not rapid movement, and all. It is not playing any role in the rapid movement. So the correct answer is cooling of the plant. Next we will see here. Next question. Root hairs absorb the water from soil because of which thing? Because of what factor they are absorbing the water? Because of, just now we discussed, because of this suction pressure. This is a negative pressure. It is a negative pressure, but turgor pressure is positive. Osmotic pressure, it is due to different aspect. When you, in pure water, when you dissolve the solutes, if you dissolve the solutes, okay, then the pressure is creating, that is osmotic pressure. This is due to different thing. The root pressure, again, it is a positive pressure. But among all these things, which is pressure is playing important role means this negative pressure, that is suction. This is playing important role. You know, absorption of water by the root hair. So these are the things. Next here, once here, next question we will see, once water is absorbed by root hair, it can move to deeper layers of, it can move into the deep, into the deeper layers. That means from epidermis, how the water is moving to steel region. Here this is epidermis, then here cortex is there, then it is steel there. How the water is moving from this epidermis to the steel region, how it is happening, the pathway. It will follow two pathway. One is apoplastic pathway, another is symplastic pathway. This is non-living pathway, apoplastic pathway. Symplastic is a living pathway. These two paths the plant will follow. Apoplastic pathway means the water movement along the cell walls. If the water is moving, if it is along the cell walls, then we will call that is apoplastic pathway. If water movement If it is following the plasmodesmata connections in this thing, it is passing from one cell to another cell through the plasmodesmata connections by crossing the plasma membrane, then we'll call that pathway a symplastic pathway. So here, for this question, once water is absorbed by root hair, it can move deeper into the root layers. By what are the pathways means? One is apoplastic, another is symplastic. This is the root this question. But among this thing, which pathway, by which pathway the water movement will be fast? Apoplastic pathway movement is very fast movement. Symplastic movement will be slow movement. Because in symplast, it has to cross the plasma membranes. Every time it has to cross the plasma membrane, so it will take more time. But apoplastic, just it has to travel along the cell wall, so that movement will be fast movement. This is about the third question. Next, fourth question. In woody trees, about fourth question we are discussing. In woody trees, the exchange of gases between outer atmosphere and inner tissue of the stem take place through. First, woody trees means in this thing secondary growth is happened. In this thing, the exchange of gases between atmosphere and tissues will between atmosphere between the tissue of the stem. How it is happening? Through the lenticels. The answer is through the lenticel it is happening. That is about the next question. Root pressure at what conditions it will be maximum? The root pressure will be maximum when if water, suppose this is a plant, okay, here in the soil if more water is present, then root pressure will be very high. Because why? Because suppose you consider this is a, this you consider as a lateral roots, and these are the root hairs. This is also lateral root, and these are the root hairs. Okay, like this. Here this is the leaf. If transpiration, if it is less, and also if the water availability is more in the soil, at that time root pressure will be very high. Root pressure, why it is arising? The root pressure is arising because of the fact the water is accumulated in the root cell. If water accumulated in the root cell, if it is accumulated in the root cell, it will cause the root pressure. At what conditions it will be happen? Now only just to discuss. Suppose these are the lateral roots, these are the root hairs. Okay, if more water is here there, the soil, if it is more water is there, and also here on the stem, okay, here if the transpiration if it is less, here if transpiration less means what will happen? Transpiration also less means the water will be, more water will be accumulated in the root cells. That is why the root pressure will be maximum. So under low transpiration and under the high absorption, the root pressure will be maximum. So the answer is, correct option is second. Okay. Next, to Na plus positive sodium potassium dependent ATPase activity. You know, every living cell will have the sodium potassium ATPase pump. What it will do? It will pump. Here suppose this is a pump, okay, it will pump 3 sodium ions outside, 2 potassium ions inside by hydrolyzing the ATP. How it will do? By hydrolyzing the ATP, it is doing this thing against the concentration gradient. It is doing this thing. So this is a active transport, primary active transport, and here also this pump named sodium potassium ATPase pump. Sometimes we will call this pump also as another name, that is electrogenic pump. Why we will call this thing as electrogenic pump means because every time it is pumping 3 positive charges outside, 2 positive charges inside. That means the net charge, every time it is pumping 1 positive charge extra, 3 positive outside, 2 positive inside. How many extra positive charges outside? 1 positive it is pumping. If it is pumping positive charges outside, here inside negative charge will develop. So as a result, here what is happening at last, ultimately here the voltage gradient is developing. outside positive, inside negative. So here the membrane potential is developing and some voltage difference is arising. So that's why this pump name is also called as electrogenic pump, because it is pumping unequal charges, 3 positive charges outside, 2 positive charges inside. One is extra outside, one positive charge is pumping every time. So that's why it is electrogenic pump. So here the sodium potassium dependent ATPase activity, this pump what it is doing, it is pumping the potassium inward, sodium outward. That is the correct answer. So the first answer is the correct thing. Okay, so that is the thing, explanation. Next, so increase in CO2 concentration around leaf results in this question. Suppose this you consider as a leaf. Here this here you think here this is stomata. Here these are upper epidermal cells, these are lower epidermal cells. Here are some xylem, vascular bundles will be there, something like this. If CO2 concentration, if it is very high, here if CO2 concentration if it is very high, then what will happen? The question is that only. CO2 concentration if it is very high means the CO2, if stomata it is fully opened, problem. In a fully open condition also problem, in a fully closed condition also it is a problem to the leaf. Fully opened means the CO2, total CO2 will enter. Here some cells need ATP now. Here this mesophyll cells will be there, they need ATP. Here this mesophyll cells need ATP. Here for them oxygen also required. So if all the CO2 come in, some the cells cannot function that much easily. So fully it should not, it will not open, and fully it will not close. Fully closed means here CO2 again it will be accumulated inside the leaf, CO2 will be accumulated. And so because CO2 not do, because if it is fully closed means the problem is the transpiration will be completely, if it is in fully closed condition, transpiration will not happen. Another thing, the plant will not get the some oxygen also. The exchange of gases will here it is affected through this stomata. So that's why it will not, to fully it will not close, fully it will not open. So it will partially, it will cause the closing of stomata. That is the answer. Next thing, what is the answer? Next question, what about guttation? Guttation is mainly due to which thing? It is due to root pressure. Guttation means the loss of water in droplets. The loss of water, it will happen in droplet form. In droplet form it will happen, that is guttation. Okay, that is the thing. If loss of water, if it is happened in droplet form, we are calling as a guttation. If it is happening in the evaporation form, loss of water, it will take place in evaporated form, then we will call that is a transpiration. The evaporated form means we will call as a transpiration. So here again you see, if it is transpiration, if the loss of water happened in the evaporated form means this is called transpiration. If it is in droplet form means we are calling this as a guttation. The next question, here the labeling you have to see. Guard cells, one point to remember, guard cells are specialized epidermal cells. These are specialized epidermal cells because they will have the chloroplast. Yeah, other epidermal cells not having chloroplast. These guard cells only having chloroplast. Okay, please notice that point. Guard cells are specialized epidermal cells. They have the chloroplast, and also the arrangement of cellulose microfibrils is little bit different here. The cellulose microfibrils, they arranged in a different manner. So these are, in this aspect, they are different from the remaining epidermal cells. Remaining epidermal cells, they are not having, but God cells have the chloroplast, and here cellulose microfibrils arrangement also different. This you here, if you see, this is a is epidermal cell, then B is a subsidiary cell, C is a chloroplast, then D is God cells. So the correct answer is one only. Okay, so please, like this, you practice the question. Stomata in grass leaf are which type? Stomata, you know. In dicot thing, these are bean shaped or kidney shaped. In which thing? In dicot plant, these are bean shaped or kidney shaped. But you know, monocot thing, they are dumbbell shape. Okay. In monocot, that means in the grasses, these are which shape? They are the dumbbell, means, you know, like this shape the stomata will have. This dumbbell shape. Bean shape means like this. Just God shall help in visiting, they will help in transpiration. So please see the questions. Next question, the path of water from soil up to the secondary xylem. Started from soil. Here they given cortex, so here pericycle. So the correct answer is 1. From soil to secondary xylem they given. So like this only. Secondary xylem means what? During primary xylem, secondary xylem. Primary xylem means during primary growth, primary xylem will form. During secondary growth, secondary xylem will form. Next thing here, the factor or process which best explain the rise of water from roots to the top of the tall tree. Which thing will happen? Breakdown of ATP will not help. Capillary rise will be there for small, it will be for centimeters only. If suppose you kept this small thin tube in the water thing, you kept this small thin tube, okay, then water will rise up to here only, maximum. A little bit small rise will be there, not for this too much height, okay. Even root pressure also not. The correct answer is cohesion of water and transpiration. This is the correct answer. The next thing, the mineral salts and some organic nitrogen hormones. Mineral salts, some organic nitrogen and hormones are translocated by. The thing is xylem. Stomata open at night and close during the day. The next, for this thing, cam plants will come. Okay, so for the 15th, cam plants means they comes under the xerophytes only. So that is the correct answer. Next here they given them a diagram. You have to here simply you see whenever this need and you have to read here they are asking labeling only. What is A part? What is B part? C part? If you see here water is traveling through the cell, plasma membrane, plasmodesmata, all these things. So this A is a symplastic pathway. So here A they given this 2 is not. A is symplastic. A is a symplastic pathway. Then B you see here. B, if you see the water, how it is traveling? It is traveling along the cell walls. So the B is apoplastic pathway. Then C here you see. There here the labeled part C, if you see, that is a Casparian strip. Here they labeled. Here this part is Casparian strip. These are endodermal cells. This here they have the, here you see this Casparian strip, it is they given. Next to D here, these are what? Xylem vessels. This is endodermis, then pericycle. Epidermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, then xylem. This is endodermis. Endodermis, so this Casparian strips will be there. So symplastos, apoplastos, Casparian strips, and xylem vessels. So that is the answer. Okay. So this thing will become. Which of the following is as anti-transparent? Anti-transparent means that will decrease the transpiration. Anti-transparent. The chemicals which will decrease the transpiration, they will call as a anti-transparent. Natural anti-transparent is ABA. Natural thing is ABF, citric acid. Artificial thing is phenyl mercury acetate. Here, which of the following is a artificial thing means phenyl mercury acetate. Natural thing means potassium is not. Potassium will help in opening and closing of stomata. Cobalt chloride not. Mercury also not. Mercury heavy metal, that is also not. Phenyl mercury acetate is the correct answer. In soil, water available for the plants. Which water is available for the plants? That is capillary water. Gravitational water means, suppose soil is made up of many layers. This is upper layer. These are the deeper layers. Okay. Because of the gravitational force, the water will move towards the down layers. That is called gravitational water. Hygroscopic water means, suppose this is a soil particle. Surrounding this soil particle here, a thin film of water will present. Okay. Surrounding this soil particle here, what is there? A thin film of water is present. That water is called hygroscopic water. Here, between the soil particle and this water molecules, high attractive forces will be there. Here, what will be there? High attractive forces will be there. That you cannot remove. That forces you can't able to break. So plant cannot able to absorb this water. Plant cannot able to detach these water molecules from the soil particle. So plant cannot able to utilize the hygroscopic water. Chemically bound water also it cannot use. Suppose in gypsum salts, some water will be there. When you're writing formula, some salt formula, you will write H2O. Here MgSO4, H2O like that. That is chemically bound water. That is also not available for plant. Gravitational water also not available. Capillary water only available. Capillary water means what? The water present in between the spaces. Suppose in soil, like these small spaces will be there. Here water will be there. That water will be available. That is called capillary water. A suitable temperature for active absorption of water. Active absorption, suitable temperature they are asking. Low temperature will cause the stress. High temperature also will cause the stress. Okay. This 40 to 45 degrees centigrade also will cause the stress. At the high temperature, plant will experience some wilting condition. Wilting like this. Okay. That condition it will face. Heat stress. At the time plant will be not active. At cold temperature, at low temperatures also, plant metabolism is very, very less. So at that time also it don't absorb. At high temperature, at low temperature, the activities will be less only, plant activities. This is also unfavorable for the plant. Low temperature also unfavorable for the plant. So at what temperature plant will absorb more water in actively means, that is where the normal temperature. So the correct answer is option 3. The next thing, which of the following theories not related to the opening of stomata? Here this potassium transport, Leavitt theory, this also this, but this is not the thing. Some Corper-Coppa theory, that is not the thing. Which of the following is not a purpose of transpiration? Transpiration will help in absorption and transport. That is correct. Transpiration will help in maintaining the shape and structure of plant by keeping cell turgid. This is also correct. It will supply water for photosynthesis. Transpiration, because of the transpiration, lots of water is happening. Transpiration will not prevent it. This is a here. The remaining these 3 are purposes of transpiration, but this is not the purpose. Okay, so the correct answer here will be this second option only, correct option, because here they are asking which of the following is not a purpose. Remaining all are purposes. Okay, this is also purpose of the transpiration, purpose of the transpiration, purpose of the transpiration. Transpiration will help in absorption and transport. That is a purpose. Transpiration will help in shape and structure of the plant, and keeping the cell turgid. Transpiration will supply water. But what is the transpiration will not prevent the thing, okay, loss of water. That's why that is the answer. The long distance of water is generally carried out by long distance transport of water, minerals, and food is generally carried out by, that is by bulk flow. Diffusion, osmosis, all they will work for is active transport, facilitated diffusion. All this transport they will work for very short range distance. Very short distances will work, okay. For the long distances, this bulk flow or mass flow system only will work. So that's why that is the correct answer. The diffusion will be for very short distances. That means for millimeter, that distances only. Even diffusion, facilitated diffusion, osmosis, this active transport, all these things. Guttation. Guttation is the process of elimination of water from the plants through stomata nut, through lenticel nut, through wounds nut, through the edecodes. Okay, you know. Here, water will, in guttation, the water will come out of the plant in the form of the droplets. But in transpiration, the water will come in the form of vapor form, in the molecules, individual molecules. In guttation, water will come in the form of the droplet. In the single droplet, many water molecules will be there. But in transpiration, the water loss will be there. Here it is in the form of droplets, but here it is in the form of the vapor. That means individual molecule from the leaf, the individual water molecules will come outside, okay. That is transpiration. From the leaf tip, okay, suppose from the leaf tip here, if a water droplet, if it is forming, then it is guttation. Sorry, this question also we forgotten. 24th, water in plants is transported by xylem. Water in plants is transported by xylem. That is a straight question. Following diagram, again labeling. Here whenever any ABCD they given means there is a labeling part only, simply. Here you see here plasmodesmata shown. So A is plasmodesmata. Here B, this is Casparian strip. A is plasmodesmata. Then C is which cell? This is endodermal cell. Casparian strip, that means that is endodermal cell. Here 2-3 points we'll discuss. Casparian strip is made up of which thing? Casparian strip, if anyone asks, is made up of suberin. This is a hydrophobic thing, okay. That is hydrophobic material. Next to here, what is the gap junctions also they are giving to confuse you. No, just I will discuss about the difference between this gap junction and plasmodesmata. Gap junction, plasmodesmata. Both are common point is what? Both are cytoplasmic connections. Both are cytoplasmic connections. Okay, that means one cytoplasm, the cytoplasm of one cell will communicate with the cytoplasm of another cell. That's why there is a cytoplasmic connection. Both gap junctions and plasmodesmata, both are cytoplasmic connections. But difference is what? It is present in animal cell. It is present in plant cell. Second difference, gap junctions will be made up of proteins. That is connexin protein. Plasmodesmata, it is made up of, here the plasmodesmata, here one small tubule will be there. The small tubule name is desmotubule. The plasmodesmata is made up of desmotubule. It came from endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, this is the difference. So with this thing, These 25 questions MCQ discussed. In next session, we'll meet again. Thank you. Bye bye.